In this video, I'm going to be making crack chicken in the crock pot. This recipe is from Spaceships and Laser Beams, and I will link below to the directions for this in case you want to try it yourself. What you need is you need 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. So I'll have 2 in this package, 2 in this package. Then you need 1 teaspoon of salt, a ½ teaspoon of onion powder, ½ teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of dried parsley flakes, 1 ounce of Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning mix. So I know they sell the seasoning mix like in the containers like these, but we've never bought this big container before. So we bought one of these and it's 2 ounces, so I'll use half of that mix. You need 16 ounces of cream cheese, and so that's 2 of these 8-ounce blocks. You need 8 slices of bacon cooked and crumbled. You need 3 to 4 green onions chopped, and then you need 1½ cups of cheddar cheese shredded, which I just have some mild cheddar in the refrigerator. We're going to use that because that's what I have. So the first thing you want to do is, in a bowl, just combine your seasonings, your salt, onion powder, garlic powder, parsley, and then your half sleeve of ranch. And if I use more than 1 ounce, I think it will be fine, because I'm not going to weigh this out. I could, but I'm not going to. That looks good to me, and I still have a lot left. And you just want to mix that together anyway. So the cream cheese, you want this to be cubed. And so I'm going to, these are cold, these are straight out of the refrigerator, so I didn't let them soften or anything like that. It didn't say to let it soften, and I'm sure it'll be easier to cut into cubes with it cold. But our onions, while this stuff is the chicken and the cream cheese and the spices, the seasonings, they're going to all go in the crock pot, and they're going to cook for 6 to 7 hours. Or until the chicken shreds easily with a fork. You're going to turn your crock pot on low, so it's going to cook it low, and that's why it's going to take so long. But then, while that is cooking, we're going to cut our onion up. We're going to fry our bacon and get it nice and crispy, and we're going to measure our cheese out. And those 3 things are for the topping at the very end. So they just, they go on top. They're not actually going to go, I'm not going to actually put those things in the crock pot. So you know what, let me see. I'll go ahead and open the other one. Just so you know, just for just your knowledge, the Walmart brand cream cheese is not as easy to work with.
It's stickier. It
is stickier, yes. So you might save, I don't know, 20, 30 cents buying it per block, but it's not as easy to use. So I'm just going to remember that for the future, and I will probably just stick with the Philadelphia because I'm sure it will taste fine, but it's just sticky, and it's hard to get out of the package. So like the Philadelphia, if I had opened those packages with Philadelphia, you wouldn't have any issue at all. With the Great Value brand, it's just, it's been harder to get it out of the package. So these are not the perfect little cubes, but it's all gonna melt anyway and get gooey, so it doesn't matter anyway. This just makes it melt quicker. I have my crock pot on low, and now I'm just gonna put my chicken in here. So this is something that you could leave all day if you wanted to while you go to work. And then when you come home, you just have to assemble your bacon and stuff like that. But you could make your bacon the night before and have it ready to go. So now I'm going to put all my seasonings on top. I'm going to try to get some on each piece. Whoop. I was worried about not being able to reach that one, and it got a little bit more. It's like I said, it's all going to go together anyway. It really doesn't matter because it's going to be together. And now we want to put our cream cheese. I'm going to do this with my hand. And I guess I could have done this to begin with if you pull it apart with your fingers. And just put this on top. And like I said, we're going to put the lid on this. I have it set on low. And we're going to let it cook for 6 to 7 hours until you can shred it with a fork. And don't forget to cook your bacon and cut up your onion. And then we'll be back later to assemble it. Kevin just noticed something very important. We bought this in a 2-pack. So it says there's 2 packets. They're 1 ounce each. I did not realize that. I cut it in half, and I was thinking this packet I thought this was
2 ounces.
2 ounces instead of 1 ounce. So it's not. This is a 1 ounce package. So it's okay. I'm going to add the rest of this to the top. Like I said, it's all going to be together anyway. So these are 1 ounce packages. This chicken has been cooking for 2 hours. Ooh.
Steam.
Steam. Yeah, this chicken has been cooking for 2 hours. And normally when I cook in a crock pot, I cook everything on high because it doesn't mean it's going to be burned or anything like that. But I'm going to turn this on high. So even though the directions said low, I just want you to know that I've decided to cook it on high. It's been 4.5 hours, and like I told you, I did move it up to high, just because that's what I always cook on anyway in my crock pot. So you do what you're most comfortable with, but you see all that juice, that's all just from the chicken. It has its own juice. Oh, wow, did you see that? I stabbed it with the fork and it pulled.
It probably shreds, you could probably shred it right now.
Oh, you probably could. Oh my goodness. I'm wondering if I couldn't. Okay, so how would you go about shredding
Just
that?
like you're doing.
Just
I would take another fork maybe and go in there to hold it, but
well, I didn't expect it to be ready this soon, but I guess it's where I did turn it up. I thought I would have to flip it over, and that's what I was coming in here for on video, is because I was gonna just check in. And I was going to flip it over. Well, heck, we don't. And those were really thick chicken breasts, too. The house.
Yeah, get you another fork and you'll be able to poke it. You can hold a piece and then your fork fell in.
Oh, did it? Okay. The house smells wonderful, by the way.
It does smell good.
It smells really good in here.
It's a mixture of that cream cheese and then
the Hidden Valley.
The Hidden Valley.
Yeah, but that is pulling right apart. So, if you want it to cook faster like mine did, then if you put it on high, it's only going to take probably, it's been 4.5 hours, and that's about it. So, at this point, since I have been able to shred it like this, I'm going to get Kevin to go through here and check it in just a minute. But since it is shredded,
next step.
I'm going to turn it down to low. So this is fully cooked. So I'm going to take a cup of my shredded cheddar cheese, and I'm going to add this, and we're going to stir it in. And then we're going to top this with the remaining cheddar cheese and the bacon and the onion. And you want to put the lid on your crock pot just until you see that cheese start to melt, and then it's ready to eat. So this is melted. It looks almost like spray cheese or something, but it looks really good. We only left it in here for about 5 minutes, so it didn't need much time at all. This looks like I'd say you could easily feed a family of 4.
Oh, yeah.
The recipe says, this crock-pot cracked chicken is a fantastic recipe full of creamy, cheesy ingredients that will be a sure crowd pleaser. It says prep time is 10 minutes. Cook time is 7 hours, and total time is 7 hours and 10 minutes. And honestly, it will not take you that long if you just cook your chicken on high. Then it will not take that long at all. I would cook this the same amount. I would reserve the same amount of time for this as I do like my roast in the crock pot, which is 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, so if I started it at lunchtime, it's going to be ready for dinner. But this is, like I said, spaceships and laser beams, and I will link it below. It says, we recommend grating your own cheese. Pre-shredded cheese tends to be coated with an anti-caking agent that prevents it from melting well. Ours melted okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
And honestly, I did have cheese in there I could have used. I didn't even think about it, that I grated myself, but I just didn't think about it. If you are on a time crunch, you can cook on high for 3 to 4 hours.
There you go.
There you go. She already knew that. This dish can be served over rice, on hoagie rolls, over a baked potato, or as a dip with crackers.
I would say that would be good on a sandwich. Can you imagine that on a sandwich? On bread?
Like this on bread?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I could imagine that on bread.
So we're just going to try.
It's pretty thick. It's not like really runny.
No, it's not runny at all. No.
I told Tammy it kind of reminds me of chicken salad a little bit. The texture.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's hot. I'm gonna get some that don't have as much bacon and onion on.
Oh, okay. Well, that's going to be underneath.
Yeah, because I really taste a lot of onion and
I did too.
Bacon in that first bite. It's very creamy and cheesy.
Mm-hmm. It is. That's very nice. But we did use two blocks of cream cheese.
Yeah, and you really taste it. It doesn't taste like cheesecake cream cheese though.
No.
It tastes more cheesy cream cheese. That makes any sense whatsoever at all. I guess because it's been in the crock pot for so long, it's cooked a little bit. So it's gotten a cooked flavor that cream cheese has. It's really nice. Even underneath the bottom where there's no onion and bacon, it's still really good.
I like this. And it is, it kind of, I don't know why, it's kind of reminded me like of a Kentucky hot brown or something.
Of course, that's completely different.
It's completely different, completely different, but it has that bacon, cheese, onion. And if you don't know what that is, we've made the recipe on the channel. But it does have that bacon, cheese, and onion flavor. So that's why it reminds me of that. We do have some Tostitos scoops because that's what I wanted to try it with.
I do think that would be good on bread.
Do you think, oh, I do too. Do you think it would, with toast? You could do an open face like toast and put that on your plate and then put this on top and just eat it like that too.
Try it with one of those.
You like it with these?
Well,
nope, I think you would like that with a baked potato because you like baked potato.
Yeah. Although the baked potato would be my last thing I would put it with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's a lot.
You think it's too heavy for a baked potato? Because loaded baked potato has all these things.
It doesn't have all that chicken though. You know what makes that really good with those Tostitos chips? The corn chips? Is that corn flavor it adds to it. That's really good actually with the corn chips. And they never even mentioned corn chips.
They didn't, but you know what I like about it too? I like the corn flavor. I like the salt. But I like the texture. It adds a crunchy texture. So even though like we use crispy bacon, this adds another level of crunch that you don't get with it by itself. And if you're putting it with a baked potato, you're not going to get that either. Now toast, if you put it on toast, you're going to get it thin. But I love it on the Tostitos.
It's really good with those. I like it. Everything about it. I really do like it. The only thing you could do different, there's a couple things you could do if you wanted to. You could take actual onions and while it's cooking, mix it in with the chicken after you've shredded it. You could put some actual onions in there and let them cook in there and have a little bit more oniony flavor if you wanted it. Same thing for the bacon. You can stir the bacon in too if you wanted to.
I will probably add more onion to this when the video's over, because I didn't use very many
yeah, I really like the onion flavor.
And I do too. I like an onion flavor. But now, if you like another cheese more, use that cheese. If you don't want onion, then you could use something else instead of the onion. If you wanted to do banana peppers, I mean, there's many different ways you could have this. I can tell you that for using that whole pouch of Hidden Valley Ranch, it's not like I was worried it was going to be really strong. Even though I like the flavor, it's not at all.
No, I mean, I'm 1,000% sure it adds to the flavor of the chicken.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not too much.
No, it doesn't like stand out. That's all you can taste.
Yeah.
It's not ranchy.
But I absolutely think this would feed a family of 4.
Might be able to get 6 out of it.
Yeah, it's just depending on what you're putting it with. And I do think it would be good with rice. But again, it's all going to be kind of one texture, whereas I like adding a different, crunchy texture to it. But there's a lot of different ways you could have this. So I'll link it below, and if you're interested, you can print it out. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.